Economic activity in China expanded sharply for the second straight month. And manufacturing rose at its fastest pace in more than a decade in February. So is this going to keep up? Well, yes and no. The International Monetary Fund, the Mafia Federation Monetary Fund, in January upgraded the growth forecast up to 5.2% in 2023. But there's a lot of ifs. But there's no question about it that it's going to do better than a lot of the other economies. What does it mean? One of the things it means is that you're beginning to see the end of dollar strength. Because the stronger that China gets, and the more the BRICS unite against the United States, and they've had enough. They've had enough of the United States hegemony, both in terms of war and in terms of owning too much. With too much China gets, the more the yuan's going to go up and the more the dollar is going to fall. The dollar is right now at a crisis point. It's only staying high because of high interest rates. But they're going to come down at some point. And so too will the dollar.
Well, we're looking at a bailout bubble that's way bigger than the dot-com bubble before it and the real estate bubble that we're not now getting out of or attempting to. And this is unprecedented. The economic system is being restructured. So what happened with the bailout bubble preceding the dot-com bubble, they created the real estate bubble by lowering interest rates to 46-year lows. And they created the real estate bubble. Now they have, $12.8 trillion into the pipeline to bail out a failing system. And the importance of this is now the government has an equity position in what was once private enterprise. There's executive control and management powers. So when this bubble bursts, there's no reinflating it because of the government intervention into it so deeply.
What's the solution? There are solutions. And the first solution is to remember and understand and look at what we got, how we got here, and where we're going. It doesn't take a trend forecaster to figure it out. We need a new direction and a new path. And what I want to do is begin with restoring America. I know the country wasn't great. We've had problems with slavery, and they were real. And discrimination, they're real. But our ancestors came here also because it was the freest nation on earth. It was the nation where anybody from any level, from any country, any nationality, could start at the bottom and go to the top. Now the rug's pulled out from us. The top is only for the 1%. There were great things about America. This was the land of equality. This was the country that nations around the world wanted to emulate. For the freedoms that we the people had, that our founding fathers fought for. It wasn't just about money and the mafia controlling it. I want to see a restoration of America. Restore America. Look at our cities. Look at Detroit. Look at Camden and Trenton. Look at East St. Louis. Look at Oakland. Look around the country. One great city declining after another. After our presidents, one after another, sold us out.
Well, as you look through history, it seems like governments become emboldened by their failures. As I mentioned, rather than letting the dot-com bubble burst, they reinflated it with the real estate bubble. Now they're reinflating it and getting involved in it. And by the way, a terminology of the merger of state and corporate powers, according to Mussolini, was called fascism. We could call this fascism light. So we're concerned, and we're not saying this is going to happen, but after these kind of catastrophic collapses, sometimes they're followed by war.
the merger of state and corporate powers under the definition by a guy by the name of Benito Mussolini, a paisano of mine that I'm not so happy about, called it fascism. So when we're looking at trends again and trying to forecast where they're going, you have to look at what the government has become. Look what they did with the COVID war. And stay home. We're closing down your business. We're closing down your jobs. But here's free money. Oh, where's the money coming from? Don't worry about it. We're printing it. We're making this stuff up. Just shut your mouth. Stay home. $6 trillion pumped into it. And then I got this clown guy that's now becoming the Fed head over there in Chicago, Goolsbee, saying that, oh no, the inflation was caused by supply chain disruptions? Who are you talking to? What am I, 6 years old? No, you are a plantation worker of Slavelandia, so you swallow our crap. That's what's going on today.
We can have the second American Revolution, a revolution of the heart and the mind and the spirit and morality, something that doesn't exist when you send drones to kill innocent people, when you allow banks to rob your savings and take your home and put you on the street, a morality that doesn't exist when they make up names like austerity measures to rob your money, raise your taxes, take your pensions and benefits away, and give them to the banksters. A morality that doesn't exist in a country that used to be the beacon of capitalism. Nothing wrong with capitalism. This ain't it. It's fascism. Too big to fail. 4 words that killed America. Too big to fail? Could you imagine the founding fathers buying that one? And just think of Washington, what he said about not becoming involved in foreign entanglements. Read the quotes from Madison and Jefferson, warning us in even using the terms of the money changers, the bankers, and the central banks robbing us. Generation after generation. I want to go back to what the founding fathers believed in, what the Constitution and the Bill of Rights was about. I want to go back to the country that my ancestors came to so they can make their way and make a place in America. I've had enough of the multinationals, and I've had enough